Yeah, today we're just going to be playing this same Andrea Mangucci Temur list. I actually really like it so far. It plays well, and his sideboard plans seem well thought out. The only things that have even felt moderately awkward to me is the Supreme Wills, but maybe I'm just wrong about that card, and I do want to play it a few more times. It's not a whole really lot for me to say in the intro to this video that can't be saw in the past videos, though I guess technically I had to delete yesterday's past video, but eh, I seem to have a problem with keeping 7 cards with Steamer, and honestly hasn't actually seemed that bad for us that I haven't been able to. I think I'm going to keep that too. That might be a little bit too aggressive to keep a random long tusk hub because they're like not great in every match, but I think they're good in enough matches that I want them versus a blind opponent like that. But that's probably wrong considering we already have a Rogue Refiner for 3. Could potentially be a mirror with more awkward mana than us. If so, this is an example of one of those matches that we don't really want Rogue or Long Tusk Scope. I think his basics are kind of pretty. I don't really like the little statues, but I like the coloring. Sure. Well, hopefully, find us nice little Spire Bluff canals or something and turn on all of our cards. That's a good one. Actually, kind of think I would trade to Servant if he offered it, but doesn't look like he's going to offer it, so may offer it to him. Don't think it gets a lot better. I guess I could hold it back. Mr. Eric, the affinity man, coming in hot with the host arena. Thank you very much. I don't really want a confiscation coup a Whirler Virtuoso, but I may not have really much of an option. He has to have something in his hand. Maybe it's just removal spells that he doesn't think is good enough for the ones on the board. Feels kind of dirty. Okay. He's gonna use an abrade or something? Sure. Looks like we're passing turn then. Guess I can hide this. That was a good draw. Frame rate's not doing well. And we have to take it. I really don't want to use this on anything on the board. Getting currently picked apart. Would not mind to draw that card. Oh, and a swamp. Hello, swamp. Alright. Getting closer to having our mana. So him having a Scarab God would be bad news here. Especially if he's got an untapped land to go with it. And I forgot I'm not supposed to say the word God on stream. I think we're just going to slam this. Well, that's bad. We really need to draw our own Whirler Virtuoso. We need to draw it pretty quickly. That's bad for us because he's got activation mana now. Don't think we can win now. Pretty sure we're just dead. And that one doesn't help. What the heck? I just like not tapping that for blue, right? So a small mistake. I should have definitely played a land the other turn. I don't think we actually have an out now. Sure. Like 3 ground things at best. So take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down to 2. Maybe there's some miracle draw, but I can't think of one off the top of my head. Guess if he's just going to attack with those, there's things we could draw. Providing the last card in his hand's not great. Okay. Hey, Dong Man, what's up? Thank you for the 15 bitterinos. Are you having a good day? I'm just gonna go ahead and play the land. So it turns out the one mistake I made a while ago about not playing a land ended up not mattering. So our kingdom for an Ephor hub. You have any big plans for today in your part of the world? It's kind of an odd time to use the harness lightning. So he doesn't even get it back this. He doesn't get the Scarab God back this particular turn, but can't actually beat it at this point, so it doesn't even matter. I've used both my confiscation coups, so I have no out to it. He should have used it during my second main phase though, and he'd be able to cast it this turn. Don't know why we're continuing to play on. Kind of wanting to see if like he'll show us a Veraska or something that might change how we sideboard. We're not showing him. There's nothing in our deck that's not just stock from here on out, so not going to be showing him anything that he wasn't expecting. I doubt he's going to show us anything either, but like man, I wish I lived close enough to casino. Kind of jealous. And we're dead. Didn't think he'd actually show us anything else, but figured we'd look and see. Wow, that is a bundle. I think I'm like 3 hours from one or something. I think our closest is like 3 hours away. I think Deshandra's okay on the play. We're pretty well just doing what Mengucci said to do. He takes out this for this as well, but think they probably have a few less red cards than the normal builds. This card's been very good. I believe this is a pretty easy keep. Not the most excited about this hand as I've ever been a hand, but don't think you can mulligan it. Especially when it has all your manas. Like we've got 2 green sources, we've got, 2 red, 1 red rather, but 2 green sources, 2 blue, because we're going to get a blue mana of this. So all we need is a few cards and we can play all of the things. Or a few lands, rather. Now, this card's been great, though. Yeah, Yuya had 4 in his list as well from the week before from Grand Prix Shanghai, I believe. Guess we'll actually get a mountain this time. So the next turn we get to have fun, probably. I got a mountain in case it's something that I don't want to use the Vizier on. Like if he just played a Servant of Conduit or something like that, I'd just kill it. I wouldn't waste the mini faces on it. That's a pretty good card. Um, Essence Scatter? Alright. We have been Essence Scattered. Our hand's still very powerful, though. That's something that we will probably use a mini faces on. Yeah, this is. I played this list for 3 nights. It feels pretty good. There's some Supreme Wills in the awkward or in the sideboard that have felt awkward to me. I think I'd rather them have been just be Essence Scatters, but overall it's felt pretty good. I've really enjoyed it. Every card's felt like it's performed. Even the Supreme Wills have felt like they were fine. It's kind of weird. So what's this? Just straight up Scarab God don't care. Alright, straight up Scarab God don't care. Why, yes, I think we'll pay for that. Kinda want to attack here, but I'm not sure that I should. I've not actually tried the 4-color build yet. I mainly started with this one as our starting point because it has a sideboard guide. And where I play so few games, I feel like sideboard guides really help me learn when I'm first starting out. I have to imagine he has another confiscation coup of his own or like some way to get his Scarab God back because I don't think he would nakedly play it there. This is kind of interesting. So I'm probably going to play our own Vizier and like Lightning Harness his. That way we get the first activation. Even though at the moment the only creature in any graveyard whatsoever is the my one Whirler Virtuoso. So I think it's better to wait to my end step and use it. And deny him being able to recast it next turn. I think that's more important than just dealing 3 damage. And played it better. I love that. So, if he doesn't ever deal with this on a later turn, we can actually kill this and buy it back to like remove his from the game, which feels pretty good. Like these little things already doing a lot of work. Just probably not blocking here. So he's going to kill mine now. But killing mine's not the same as killing his, so. If we draw an untapped land, we get to redo that entire play too, which is pretty nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, if he doesn't have an untapped land, we get to do it as well. I think it's fine to attack here. I don't think he's real likely to block and put this in the graveyard. I feel like we're pretty far ahead as well. With quite a few options left. Hey, Darkman, what's up? think it's safe to get one. I don't know if we want to get more than one, really. We kind of hope he doesn't have an untapped land. We kind of hope just to spike... Does that work like that? Or is that a moto bug? I didn't think that would happen. That's kind of interesting. I've learned today. He's just playing his own World of Virtuoso? Huh. What's the right play? Gotta think about this for a second. Kind of save the Harness Lightning and the... and the Vizier to like play around things, but I'm not sure if I should. It's probably okay too. Now I just kind of want to play this. Which is also probably wrong, but I'm kind of wanting to try to develop mana slightly better. Sure. Held up mana for something there. I'm not exactly sure what it was. I think we can easily block here. Feel like we're still kind of ahead. It's like intentionally not playing the one thing. Do you think he's wanting to get at least an activation out of it? Which means I feel like I want to hold this up just so he doesn't get the activation. Which gives us 4 mana to play with. Hey George, what's up, man? Happy Thanksgiving to you too, man. Is it bad that I kind of just want to play this thing? And like fight a Scarab God in other manners? Feel like we're actually kind of far ahead. I think if he tries to play his thing and we have the Supreme Will that the Glorybringer brings it home for us. Don't really even care if it resolves. Wait, he tapped too much mana, which confused me. Oh god. Does seem to work out. So he can't really attack this turn. And we have 2 removal spells in hand, so unless he has another Chandra's Defeat, we should win here. See if there's a Chandra's defeat in the future. Doesn't appear so. We'll target this guy and we'll use the Harness Lightning on that guy, but... Alright. So we won the sideboarded game because this card's insane. Alright. So how does he do it on the draw? On the draw, he takes out all of these and one of these. And he brings in all the removal spells? Is that right? Oh, he doesn't bring in this. He brings in this. So we've not saw a Glorybringer from him either game. We've not saw a Chandra from him either game. So I don't know if I want both of those. I think I'm just gonna play one of these and play a Chandra. Jerry has a sideboard guide? I had no idea. When did Jerry post a sideboard guide? And you should link it to my Facebook. What do we think about this hand? I guess we have to keep it, even though we don't have any removal spells or 2-drops. It seems like it's too strong not to keep. We have a lot of double red spells in our hand already, so we're just going to grab the red mana. This technically gives us double of every color. You can still link the article though, right? Because I didn't even know there was one. Guess he saw that, so that's the one we'll show him. We're using the Andrea Mengucci list from channelfireball.com. So far, these turns have felt kind of like paint by number. Another Glorybringer. That is a lot of glory to be brought this game. Snap block. And we're going to hope for no Whirl of Virtuoso so we can actually deploy to Chandra. Instantly Whirl of Virtuoso, so rip on us wanting to deploy to Chandra. I think I'm just going to play this. And I think over the next couple of turns, I mean, I would watch it if you did. That'd be pretty nice. Don't value our energy very highly at all with the particular hand we have. So we're just going to block here and hope that he doesn't have another quick Scarab God. Because if he really has like turn 5 Scarab God literally every game, I don't know how we win. I told you I have at least 3. And Rob probably has the full 4. I guess we have to play this here. Even though I don't really want to, not into him having open mana. He's already showed us Essence Scatter, he's already showed us Chandra's Defeat, and we know he's a Lightning Harness deck, so... Like, just slamming a Glorybringer there feels bad, but we don't really have any better plays. Instantly start it by tapping red, red. For an Abrade. Alright, I guess we'll make 1 token then. Feels like he's probably light on action if he's doing that. Oh, nope, not light on action whatsoever. Has all the action. So just swapped her back to block. It's kind of interesting. Man, your buddy seems like he's low on cards this week. We're just gonna take it. No, there's the black mana. So the Scarab got a clock, and we're probably not winning then. Well, that was a good draw. Who else thinks that was a good draw? Raise your hand. And raise your hand in the air and wave them like you just don't care. uh... So we're going to play Chandra, tick it up for mana, and then play Confiscation Coup. So, yeah. Can't complain about that draw. We do have 2 Confiscation Coups in the deck, and we had 4 Viziers we could draw. Well, one's in our graveyard. Which means we could have already got our own, but getting our own's not that great, because he would have been the first person to get an activation. But we did already have a Vizier in our graveyard, so we would at least been even on the board, but like we were already a little behind on the board. He would have got to get the first Glorybringer back, or he would have probably just got, our Vizier back or whatever, so that we couldn't, but, hey, happens. Get a chump block here to keep this little dude alive. This is definitely really nice, though. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. So we'll just stick it up for mana and play both of our guys. So I'm not sure whether I want to get this and just attack for 12. I'm probably just going to play the Bristling Hydra because of what's in his hand. We get this one. We get this one. Because next turn we have enough mana that we can buy that back and get an activation for another Glorybringer. Or like start countering his activations. I think I want the mana, so I'm just going to go ahead and play it. That is the thought process behind having all of those cards. It's Glorybringer o'clock. I'm not sure if it was even worth us to exert there. Like, he could have Hours of Devastation or something, so I was playing a little cautious. I saw one in the sideboard. We know he's got Nicobolus, but like, it may have been just correct to make a third Glorybringer and attack for 12 in the air without exerting anything. Feel like that was actually probably correct, but I'm not sure. Yeah, so it's definitely a 3-row to play this. We get the island. Play the island, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if he's got a... He has no energy. He can't even activate this. So I guess we'll tap this for mana then. And we'll tap... So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll get his Scarab God here. And what do? We attack this, they just trade, which is fine, and he gets that back. So I guess we're just going to go ahead and Glorybringer a clock. Could have got some energy and tried to save this guy, but I don't put a whole lot of value in that guy. Especially when we have, you know, pretty much everything. I think this forces him to block here. Did not force him to block there. Okay. Maybe he does have Hours of Devastation or something. This video is so going to get flagged because I keep saying Scarab God and I keep forgetting you're not allowed to say God on YouTube anymore. Alright, it was Glorybringer o'clock. Well, we got past the first teamer mirror. This list does feel very good. Like, the only card that's even felt moderately awkward to me whatsoever is the Supreme Will. And if you noticed in game 2, like, it was even useful. It stopped him from playing Scarab God over multiple turns, and it even got to counterspell Nicobolus, so... this card's just been amazing. I'm starting to think that, like, people that aren't playing 4 of this card are better than me at Magic, because that card's been such a crutch for me. It's like just overperformed, even in non-energy mirrors. Like, it's just been good in other matches as well. This hand seems like it's a keep. We're trying to deny this opponent a pity chest. I have no idea why, George, but I've noticed, and other people have noticed, that every time they say that word on their YouTube videos get flagged. So I actually think this is probably a hard match. At least pre-board, probably gets a little better post-board, but not a lot better. And they have the good draw. I think we have to go ahead and just lead with the Servant here. He can theoretically block this and possibly get us to Whirl of Virtuoso. Maybe we draw a land and get to play Double Spell the next turn. I think playing Double Spell is one of the important things here to beat these aggressive decks. Alright, well, that's actually pretty good for us. Now we just have to get there and draw our land. Really have to get there and draw our land. That is not our land. We can still kill it, but really wish that we could have killed it in a different manner. Still get to bank 1 energy, which is nice because of the negative. We've only got paired versus at one time, and they, I don't know who Joy Shelton is. We've only got paired versus at one time, and they got mana screwed. Or, sorry, they timed out, so I'm not actually sure. Think we would have ran over this guy if we had one more land on time. I do not know if it's winnable now. I guess this is the one that makes the most sense. But we're certainly in hard shape. I like the mono black decks, but I do not like the builds that have this in them. I think the curves get too high. Could use just a Deadlands on this, and then I can't even really block, except for a chump. Yeah, well, that's almost all of our life. And we didn't get there. Guess this thing blocks. Blocking D's doesn't do a whole lot when we're so far behind, though. Oh, he's got another land. Alright, that's just game. Alrighty then. So, we're definitely going to want this card. We're definitely going to want this card. I don't think overall we want a whole lot of things. I think we want to get rid of some of our slower stuff. I don't think Chandra's particularly good versus a deck that's got Scrap Heap Scroungers and things. They have enough stuff that we could potentially want, like, I don't know, a negate or two, but probably not. It's probably just another random slow spell. Probably like one of these. Probably don't want to draw a lot of these. But in theory, let's try to draw some lands this time. This hand's pretty weak, but oh wait, we don't have red mana. How about kept this hand without a red mana? I think we have to mulligan it without a red mana. Yeah, this hand's real weak, but we'll keep it. Random removal spell? I don't think so. It's fine. So we're going to grab a green one with this one. And a blue one with this one. But yeah, we're already kind of far behind. I think I'm just going to go ahead and slam this guy. It kind of turns this guy completely off. Because now he has to kill this and two more things before this guy can start doing his stuff. I don't think we need our energy for anything, so... I was probably going to consider blocking there. Does he have the one card that brings this back? Feels like a bit of a waste if he does. I guess not. He just wanted to push some damage that turn. Rip, no fourth mana again. Is this better to use this now because they have that one card that lets them like be brought back from the deck or whatever? Graveyard? I don't think it's graveyard. I'm not sure. Red Rover, land us. That again is not a land. Okay. Well, looks like we're not really playing Magic this round, but it happens sometimes. We're going to try to block here and finish off the Emmett. It'll take a lot of damage to even do this, but we don't have any other options, and now we're just dead. Had to kind of make a bad play. Yeah. I know that. Like, they can't attack with it, but, like, we don't want them to even come back from the graveyard, right? Like, we want the card to go to the graveyard. Like, we actually want it to die. We don't want them to, like, be able to pseudo-regenerate their card. I know it wouldn't deal damage, but it wouldn't be off the board. I don't think like that match is terrible. I think we're a slight dog, but we're obviously a pretty heavy dog when we don't get to do things. We'll play first. Well, we'll mulligan again. And we'll keep this. It's kind of land heavy, but But the deck's a little land heavy in general. Don't think I'm scrying that. We have enough 5-drops that I think we just want to play it for the mana. Excuse me. Oh, it's a red deck? Let's just get punished again. At least we drew land this time. Hey! What's up, man? He did. He also writes in his article that he doesn't actually think his deck's good versus red deck wins, that he thinks he ran well. I don't really want to waste this when he could have something a lot better like Rampaging Ferostodon. Yeah, I'm up there somewhere. We're playing a competitive league tonight, I think. I think it's a competitive league. Whatever, yeah, it's a competitive league. Hey, wow. Sparrow's Room with the massive 134 person host. While I sit here and debate if I'm going to use a Harness Lightning on a Beaumont Courier or not. I think our hand's weak enough that I have to. Like, I expect this Whirler Virtuoso to just die and not even generate a token. Could, like, generate one token if we played a hub, but it's going to make this come into play tapped. It's just kind of, like, weird, but I want to get some value out of it, and if he didn't have a 2-drop, this is pretty much going to die. What is this? Oh, wow. So maybe it was wrong to cast it for, like, no value. Or maybe it was wrong to, just, like, jam it out like that, but I don't know if it gets better, and I feel like we're real far behind in general. You too, man. Thank you again for the host. Notice you're always crushing the limited. I'm glad you got your limited ticket, or what do they call it, token back. Yeah, well, that's not that bad. That could have been worse. So the opponent missed a land, which is pretty good for us. Take a little point of damage here, but we're definitely attacking with this. I'm trying to decide whether we're attacking with them all or not. I think I am for one turn. Like, we don't have to worry about a Hazoret next turn. And, like, getting this to 4/4 range is kind of relevant. For the price of 3 damage. He could have Chandra or something, but this is game 1. But he's already missed a 3rd land, so just trying to be aggressive right now while he's still stalled on lands. Oh, he's the bigger red deck. That's kind of interesting. So it probably will be the Chandra then, which is unfortunate. But if he kills the Lone Tusk Cub, at least we can pick the Chandra off with the Thopter. Which he basically has to kill that. I think it puts us behind again, but we really wanted him not to have the land. Red Rover, send us a non-land card over. I should have been more specific. I have all of our colors, so let's take a red at random. So they're supposedly a fairly decent favorite versus us, but we've mulliganed and drawn kind of 2 more lands than them. Well, 1 more land than them. This is obviously not going well. Um, we've only got paired versus 3 aggro decks, and this is the first time I think I've drawn one versus an aggro deck, so they felt kind of medium. But I've actually killed quite a few Servant of the Conduits with them, and they felt pretty good in those regards. So I don't know how good they are, but I've kind of liked them. Alright, well we really need to draw a good spell here. Hopefully he doesn't have a shock. Red Rober, send no shock on over. It wasn't a shock, so that's a good. Yeah, I think it was the worst case. Like, he drew to land and he had double Chandra. It was the worst case scenario for that attack, but still pretty sure that attack was right. We're sitting over here just hoping to draw, like, another Glorybringer. Or maybe our own Chandra would be nice. Don't think I'm going to use the Magma Spray. Watch me get punished. There is one Chandra in this particular build. Several of the builds run a different variety of Chandras. Some run some Vraska's main deck, but they're mostly they run Chandras. Some do run some Vraska's main deck though. I think we want to deal a little more damage with this one than normal. Probably want to deal a little more. Make this have to at least be blocked next turn while still being able to protect it. Though, because of this, he's got a lot of ways to protect it. There's been quite a few of them in the sideboards, but I've not saw any of that deck main. That was a good one. I think we're just going to take the damage here, see if we can get lucky and draw a removal spell. So he has to block. This gives us an out to draw Glorybringer to win. That's not a Glorybringer. But this thing has to be blocked the rest of the game now, which is pretty nice. If we ever draw a removal spell, I think we probably win on the spot. Warlord Virtuoso would probably do it as well. Maybe even a Confiscation Coup. Well, Confiscation Coup is technically a removal spell at this point. Chandra's pretty good, but it's actually kind of interesting unless he's got a creature in his hand as well. Because now he's saying the Karl Zev has to block unless he has a creature. Whereas the other way, the Karl Zev could have attacked and he could have got a desert. Okay, so he does have a creature. He does not have a creature. That's weird. So he can't attack or he's dead. It's kind of weird, I guess. So again, looking for a removal spell to win. Can't be Glorybringer anymore though, because he can block with his Dunes of the Dead token. So that means it also can't be Chandra's Defeat. Or sorry, Chandra's Planeswalker. Needs to actually be one of the removal spells. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It like felt kind of odd, but to be 110% honest, I'm not super familiar with their lists, so I have like a rough estimate of it, but like he could be playing a bunch of different lists. Like I know what Ben ran. I don't know how much the decks have changed since the Grand Prix, or since the Grand Prix? No, yeah, the Grand Prix that Ben won or got second in. God, I can't even talk. So he has 2 chances to hit a creature next turn. And an untapped land kills us as well. I feel like we ran pretty code here. And we mulliganed. We haven't mulliganed, we probably win this game, but who knows. He could not have the land, I guess. The odds of him not having the land seem pretty low. So any land kills us. That doesn't do it. Just basic land and we're dead. Any burn spell kills us as well. Alright. That felt like a bit of a slow road, but he could just be lagging. Feel like he got away with one there. I don't think we messed up any. That's fine. So versus the red decks, I know they all have a little bit of difference in them, but you still sideboard roughly the same way. You want your removal spells, and you want to take out some of the cards that Chandra's Defeat are better versus. Probably got a Servant too. I don't really want all these Glorybringers, do I at all? I don't know. We'll just run this probably. But yeah, they're supposed to be a little bit of a favorite versus us, so again, you know, can't get that upset when you lose matches like that. We did have the worst case scenario too when he drew the land and had the Chandra, and then had the second Chandra. It's probably the cards he would have demonic tutored for in that spot. So yeah, we'll play first. Sand seems fun. I'm not gonna write a song about it, but it seems fun. I kind of expected the first one. I was just hoping he would not hit the land one last time. And I knew worst case scenario we could at least still kill the first one. There's a chance this Lone Tusk Cub gets out of control, which is kind of nice. I don't think I want to play it and just let it die to like an Abrade or something. Think we can do better than that. Don't really want to get... can't get another blue, so I guess we'll just do that. It does make our Lone Tusk Cub massive. So we can go ahead and just make the Lone Tusk Cub like a 5/5 and make him need 2 spells to kill it. Or we can play the Rogue Refiner and use our mana slightly better. I think I'm not going to worry about using the mana better and just put the Lone Tusk Cub out because clocking them is a pretty important thing. And like I don't want them to be able to like do something like a shock or an abrade plus use a treasure map that turn. I could have played a mountain there. I wasn't really thinking. He saw the mountain, so me not playing the mountain was just dumb. Now he knows we have 2 mountains in our hand. That's kind of a player. Yep, that was definitely a player. Not only that, like, it would have gave us... Could have left a mountain up, too. I guess there's 2 Magma Sprays, 1 Attune in the deck, so this was a mistake as well. Yeah, this Lone Tusk Cub's going to get Swow. I think that's what the kids say these days. There's like 2 minor errors. I don't know if either of them will affect the outcome of the game, but like... They still both could have been better. I think the kids say Swow, don't they? Sure. Yeah, I need to pay better attention though. Like, those are the type of mistakes that can cost you some games. Wouldn't mind a drawing a braid. You put on top this time, by the way? Oh well, that's wonderful. So we're going to get to cast a Glorybringer, get some value out of it, and hit them for like a literal million. So we drew really well this game. Yeah. I thought it was kind of over there. I didn't know if he'd play it out, but I don't know what kind of series of draw he was going to need to beat a fairly decent hand backed up by an 8/8 Cub. I guess, like, you know, he could just have Lightning Strike, Shock, or whatever, but he's only got even 3 cards in his hand, so puts us at a pretty good spot if that's something like that happens. Alright, so going into game 3. Again, I think it's pretty similar to the other games. I think you don't want to overload on Chandras and Glorybringers because Chandra's Defeat is such a backbreaking card. And I think you just want all your removal spells. I think Lone Tusk Cub's a little bit better than Servant, though, like, maybe... I don't really want all the Servants either because of just shocks, so I'm pretty sure we're going to go with this, though I could see cutting a Glorybringer and bringing the Servant back in. We have no red mana and 4 red cards, so I think we're going to mulligan with our opponent. This hand's a keep. Not happy about it, but he's already at 5 cards, so we'll just keep it. We can deal with some of his threats on a 1v1 basis, and then we have this to like try to catch us up a little bit. There's our land. He put on bottom, we put on top. Yeah, one of the key things is just like trying to get out of advance of these decks. Like, if you give these decks all the time in the world, they can actually put up a pretty solid late game. So you have to put pressure on against them. So having the 3 attunes to make him need 2 spells, because he probably had like 1 Lightning Strike. Well, he uses a Lightning Strike on a Rogue Refiner, so like him having to have 2 things is pretty stellar in that kind of spot. Like the game we're looking at currently, like he's going to have time to draw out of this. Like even a Chandra will probably could just beat us right now, and he's probably going to have a removal spell for the first Rogue Refiner. Like you just can't give them all the time in the world. So if he untaps now as like land Chandra, we really need to draw something. It'd be pretty sad if we lose to the Mulligan to 4, but like it won't be the first time that's happened, nor will it be the last. No Glorybringer. There's a Whirler Virtuoso, so we'll play this to at least make sure we get one token out of it. Apparently I didn't tap the red mana, because I am great at this game, friends. And don't you forget it, I am the best around, and only some people can ever take me down. So he mulliganed to 4, and he seems to be flooding since he didn't have a removal spell for the Whirler Virtuoso. Oh, maybe he does have a removal spell, or maybe he's just getting a Duna the Dam trigger. That's kind of weird. Why did he sack this one instead of this one? This one does nothing, whereas any other desert, I don't like that sack. I think he should have sacked the Sunscorched Desert. He's probably not read this card well enough. Sand Strangler on this, which is fine. Go ahead and play our spells so we can F6. Playing the Fopters first gives him a chance to ping one of these if he wants, and then we could like abrade that and we have 3 power on board instead of 2. Oh, that's nice. I guess he can have the Sand Strangler then. We're just going to play another Rogue Refiner. Going about our day. I hear that Whirler Virtuoso was a great draw in this spot too. Alright, so pretty favored to win this game, I think. Certainly not blocking that. Our life total is way too high and we have way too many things in play. A Rogue Refiner is insanely good. Wow, so we actually have enough mana to play it all. So let's make sure that I tap my mana properly. So we'll start with a red, a blue, and a colorless, and play this one. So unless he has like Hours of Devastation or something, I don't think he's going to come back from this, and even if he does, we can make this big enough to survive it. So that was a really mana efficient turn. We got to play 3 spells, wow. He has 1 card in hand. Can't think of a card that wins from here for him. Hazard's a good one. Huh. So he's at 12, right? And his best case scenario is he does 8, 10 to us. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We've got more than enough to kill him. 6, 8. Yeah. We got 4 triggers. Alright, we'll just take it all. If he has a 1 mana blocker or whatever. This is actually bad, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I didn't play around shock like this. which is probably real bad of me. Yeah, that was kind of a bad play by me. I wasn't thinking. Wow, that was terrible of me. Let's see if we can draw well enough that it doesn't matter. We almost can. That's still real bad of me, wasn't it? Pretty embarrassed how bad that was. Just attack with these, I guess? So that's technically 12 damage? So if I attack with them all, what happens? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 5, that's just 11. That was like really bad of me. So what's the best case scenario for him? Him have a removal spell to kill this if we go for it, then draw Glorybringer, and Glorybringer kills this, but I still can chump block, chump block. Yeah, that's fine then. No, I don't have to attack all. Oh my god, I didn't mean to attack with this. I was just showing it to the screen or the stream. I did not mean to attack with this. Oh my god, that was so bad. I did not mean to attack with this. Wow. That's a tilt. Because I needed to put lethal on him this turn so we didn't die to lightning strike, lightning strike. But like now I can't? Yep, I just can't now. Wow, that was such a mistake. And it was a misclick too. I never meant to attack with that thing to begin with. I was even talking about leaving 3 blockers back in case he had a Glorybringer. That was a rough one. Alright, ends up not mattering whatsoever, but it was still a rough one. Sure, that's fun. Whew. I was pretty annoyed at myself there. I couldn't think of any 2-card combinations that killed me if I left 3 blockers back. Because if I just attacked with this guy, this guy, and this guy, I could have used all my energy here and presented lethal, so he would have had to have a way to kill this thing. And if he had a way to kill this thing, I can't think of one card that got past 3 blockers and done that much damage to us. So yeah, that was a pretty bad play error by me. That was like something that could have been a I don't even want to call it a play error because we talked about the play and like it was clear that I didn't mean to attack with that and I did. It was just a misclick. I didn't even know I was clicking it. I was like highlighting it saying, you know, like we need 3 blockers. Well, whatever, it doesn't matter. But yeah, that was pretty bad. Hey, Yardex21, sorry about rambling for the last 10 minutes and thank you for following. That's pretty tilted there, and I probably missed something simple. I probably turned something simple into something complex and then punted it away anyway, but then got lucky. Anyway, so let's just move into the next round, and we're currently playing for that pity chest, and we're on to play. Oh, we're trying to stop him from getting a good prize. Stands a keep. I don't like these lands or hands that kind of have like 4 lands or 5 lands in them if you count the attune, but like I don't think you can ever mulligan them. I think they're just too strong in general to keep. There's 8 2-drops plus 10 removal spells that you can draw, so there's like technically 13 spells you can draw for the next turn that seem fairly reasonable. So he only had 5 mana. He would only been able to play 1/2 of it, right? And we would have had 3 blockers. So I don't know if that would have even done anything there. I've actually never played the match that we're currently playing, so I don't know how it would have done. The front half of insult just doubles damage, right? So if it just doubles damage, I don't think that would have did it. We'll draw our card first. If we hit an attune, we may play it, but we're probably just attacking either way. Some of these decks have started running main deck Fumigate. And if he did have 6 mana, then us having 3 blockers would have still been good enough, because he would have doubled the damage, he would have killed 1 blocker, we would have taken 4, been at 2, but we would have had 2 blockers for the other 2 creatures. I think I want to kill this. I don't really know. If he has refurbish, how do we win? Maybe we just don't worry about blocking this. Yeah, I'm off it. Not blocking it. Not blocking, or not killing it, rather. I keep saying blocking, not killing it. I'm going to try our best to play around Furbish. Oh, that's cast out. Alright, that's not a refurbish. Well, I guess we have to kill it then. Not pleased about that, but we can't give them all the time in the world. They have Fumigate, they just have Fumigate. I don't actually see a way for us to beat Fumigate, so I guess I didn't need to kill that. I could have waited. That was a play mistake. In my mind, I was attacking with the Servant this turn, and then I realized I still had 4 mana. So that was kind of dumb of me. Yep. Killing that was just bad. Again, I'm playing terrible. So let's see if we can not get punished and we can draw a removal spell. That's not a removal spell at all. Rip on poor play. Yeah, no, it was definitely just a sequence of poor plays there. 100%. I guess we're gonna do a bunch of damage with this. I don't think I want to go all in on it. I just want to make it to where we get to deal a little bit damage. Hmm. I definitely think I played kind of poorly though this match. Wouldn't be bad to draw on a braid right now. Like Red Rover, sending a braid on over. That's not an braid. I'm gonna attack with these two. Don't mind if he trades the one off. Rogue Refiner dies to whatever's left over anyway. So we need him to miss. And like not have G Godfarrow's Gift in his hand. That'd be swell. Alright, we need him to not hit a refurbish plus have a land then. He hit another search for Ascanta, so that's randomly good for us. So we have to fade another turn? Yeah, so we have to fade a lot of things here. Could just draw on a braid and feel great about our game. Am I just going to attack with them all? Feel like I'm just going to attack with them all? He gets to trade this one for one of these, but I guess he gets to do that whenever he feels like it anyway. I guess we won't attack with it then. Why make it 3 for him? I probably should have dealt one more damage here. Chose not to put the top card in the graveyard in the library. So that probably means we're getting Godfarrow's Gift. Hello, friend Godfarrow's Gift. So that thing is, like, he survives this turn, he gets to do it again next turn. There's one more Braid in our main deck, and we really want to draw it. When we get to this stage of the game, they kind of just get to repeat those turns every turn. There's not a lot you can do about it. Okay. Well, he didn't use his search for Ascanta last turn. He had the mana. Chose not to put in the graveyard. So he just has it again. I don't know, he's got strategic planning? So the game's locked up. I think he conceded, I'm not sure. Okay, he did not concede. I don't know why the game locked up. That was weird. I was going to say, this is a really bad place for him to concede. Like, he 100% shouldn't be conceding there. He missed using this last turn. Wow, he's got all the cats. He drew all 4 sacred cats. Makes it very hard to win. So he can technically block for 8. Pretty easily block for 6. So I don't think I played this game well, but I also don't think our opponent played this game particularly well. But if we can fade the top, I don't know, 13 cards of his library being relevant, we'll probably win. We. Pretty much has to block that one. He breaks even on life here. Wow. It's kind of an interesting block. I think I should have done this several turns ago. Don't actually think I can win this game right now. Like, all of his relevant cards would have to be, like, so far down. You got Chart, of course. That's one brick. And that's two bricks. I really think he should be using Ascanto with that mana, but what do I know? He's tapping real fast. Wait, that's a Champion of the Wits? So that's two more cards? And the Chart, of course, that we saw him take. So he's got one unknown in hand. Is he actually passing turn? Huh. Sucks we can still lose because we didn't do this a long time ago. So it's impossible for him to miss this turn. It's like actually impossible for him to miss this turn. I played this game miserably though. I don't deserve to win. And I shouldn't have used my energy then because I could have drew a Harness Lightning if I didn't. It's actually impossible for him to miss this turn. He's put 9 cards on the bottom of his deck, so it's 15 cards. Gets to see like 6 more of this turn. So it's only going to be 9 unknown cards. Chose not to put it on top of the library. What? Okay. Hardcast Godpharaoh's Gift? Sure. So a Glorybringer's good enough? Maybe? Glorybringer's not good enough. That card's certainly not good enough. And we're just dead. I was supposed to win this game, I think, but I played absolutely miserably the entire game. Wow. I played embarrassingly bad. Oh well. Anyway, so you sideboard out these bad ground creatures that we drew plenty of that game. Actually cut some of the removal too. Because you want pretty much all the blue non-creature spells. Basically want, besides Chandra's Defeat, every non-creature spell in your sideboard. Game 2 and 3 are a lot better for us than Game 1. But, like, I still should have won Game 1. I just played bad, wasn't focused. I'll try to clean it up for this round, or for this game and next round. Sure, this hand's a keep. It's not spectacular by any means, but I'm not going to discard too many hands that have a turn 2 cub and a mana to play it. But we do have to hit a few more lands here. I'm pretty sure after turn 2 of last game that I probably made a misplay on almost every turn of the game. Hey Daniel, there is a local PPTQ coming up here, and I'm not going to play in it because I have no interest in traveling or anything, but I am trying to just get a few more reps in with the deck to try to be able to hopefully advise some of the locals because I'd love to see a local have some success at an event like that. But yeah, this week's mostly try hard decks, and then next week we're going to go back to our normal funness. There'll probably be some red deck wins and some Sultai somewhere in this week over the next 3 days, but yeah, that's the main reason that we're running these decks at the moment. I saw an article on it today, but I only semi perused it. Yeah, we've got a couple videos out with the Drakehaven deck. Unfortunately, our last video got destroyed because of what do you call it? Uh, what do you call it? Equipment malfunction. That's what you call it. But we've played it a few times. It's pretty fun. Feels a lot like Approach, which is my pet deck anyway. Hmm. Guess we're just gonna attack. Next turn we can Lightning Harness or potentially Glorybringer to try to win. We have a Negate to stop a Refurbish and or a Fumigate. So whatever he plays has got to be creature based to beat us here. That is in fact creature based. Alright. We'll get us a 1/1. Glorybringer o'clock. That is Glorybringer o'clock. Oh, wait, you're talking about Jund Energy. I thought you were talking about the Jund Ramp list I saw. Um, I think that deck's pretty good, especially if you plan on playing versus other energy decks. But I think it's enough worse versus red deck wins that I kind of don't want it. But I would test it if I had a reasonable sideboard guide to go with. Like, I do not think that I would be good enough just to be able to pick up that deck and understand how to sideboard it properly. I feel like that's a deck that you'd have to put a lot of reps in. But yeah, it's a deck I would try. A local's been asking me to play it as well, but like I said, I've kind of tried to shy away from it because I think it's pretty weak versus mono red, and I'm pretty sure I wouldn't play it particularly well. But the Larson guy at top 8 at the Grand Prix last week had a deep run with it the week before that too, so like the deck's clearly reasonable. Yeah, I think we're just gonna run it back. I can't think of any changes here I'd like to make between the play and the draw. Yeah, we'll play. Wait, where do you see Geo at? I don't even see him in chat. Do I have him blocked or something? Or are we talking about a different Geo? Oh, Code Brew Geo. For some reason, I thought you were talking about a different Geo that comes here, who's the beginning of their name's Geo. Anything running Hub maybe? Yeah, I see it now. I have no idea why, but I've always read your name in my mind as MTG Code Brew. I have never saw the Geo at the end of it. Well, we have to mulligan that, and obviously not happy with this hand, but I don't think I can go to 5 when we do have an Abrade. I'm gonna put it on the bottom. I'm gonna be greedy. The MTG Code Brew, man. It's all I've ever saw. A pretty greedy keep here. I'm pretty afraid to go on down to 5 though, especially when we know they play like Fairground Wardens and probably Wrath of Gods and stuff. Like card count probably matters a decent amount in this match. Champion of the Wits in the graveyard already. Well, we have 3 things to combat their plan A. The problem is their plan B is excellent versus us. It's excelente. So here's where we start getting punished that I put a land on the bottom of the deck. Uh-oh. I kind of wanted to counterspell that, but I'm afraid to counterspell it with our landlight hand. Maybe I should have. And we have drawn 3 cards we sided in. Six mana? Oh, just Angel of Sanctions? I'm not that worried about that. At some point, hopefully we'll get to crush it with a Glorybringer or something, but we may not get to crush it with a Glorybringer this game. Like, we're really far behind right now. A search for Azcanta puts us monstrously far behind, in my opinion. Red Rober, Red Rober. Untapped land. You're not an untapped land. The Grixis deck was pretty fun. We did test it. God Pharaoh's Gift. Doo-doo. Just went ahead and instantly put it in his graveyard. Cares not about what we can do. Hopefully they go for a refurbish and we get to do some kind of counterspell war of these negates. And a refurbish. Alright. Fun times, friends. Fun times. Assume he'll have at least one negate to negate back here. Just not going for it. That's kind of bad for us as well. So I can't even think of a way to win here. Yeah, we played the mid-range one. We even played the Fopter one. They both felt pretty decent. Alright, whatever. We can waste a counterspell on these, I guess. Certainly can't win without lands. Untap land? That's not an untap land. If we somehow win when he's 33 cards deep in his deck, more than that because of the Azcanta activations, I would do a weird happy dance. Didn't GP Portland happen last weekend? Pretty sure GP Portland just happened. Don't quote me on that, but I feel like it did. Well, you're not a land. Okay. Oh. Why am I talking about GP Portland? Yeah, so we're super deads. Maybe he sideboarded out all his refurbishes. Yeah, 2 Fairground Warden kills us as well. Still alive power. Be really nice if he sideboarded out all of his refurbishes. We would have a chance. Oh no, there's a hostile desert. There's no chance. And a sky ship. There's really no chance. What could we do today to try to get a win, my friends? Untap land? You're still just not an untapped land, are you? Uh, Dead Reno. Yep, just dead. Oh well, this game went pretty horrible. See what he gets, but we're probably going to scoop. Oh, Godfarrow's Gift. We're definitely going to scoop. We were dead on board, but I want to see what he got. Alright. Well, so we have to win this next round to acquire a pity chest, friends. I don't think that match is that terrible for us. I think we're like a slight underdog, maybe. What other match did we lose tonight? What round was it? We lost to the mono black aggro deck. By the way, guys, make sure if you like what you're watching to give us a follow and to click the links below the stream to both the Twitch and the Twitter. Or sorry, both to Twitter and to YouTube. On the YouTube, you'll find all of our past broadcasts that haven't had some kind of equipment malfunction. On the Twitter, you'll see every time we go live. I think this hand's a keep. Pretty decent chance it's a mirror. I think I actually want to lead with this one. That way, in case I hit a 2-drop, I can attune on 2. Or in case I hit a 2-drop, I don't have to attune on 2 or whatever. Yeah, I can't talk. Yeah, so some kind of energy-ish mirror, probably. Now, it's officially some kind of energy-ish mirror. What deck have you been playing? Oh, so they have the black cards. It won a Grand Prix. Oh, Mardu vehicles? Yeah, Approach is. I think Approach is pretty good versus Mardu vehicles. Yeah, so we have a bit of a decision here. Like, how likely do we think it is that they just have Scarab God? Because we can develop our board and play one of these, or we can just like try to ping off their mana. I think I like trying to ping off their mana. It slows the game down. Maybe they don't have another land, but it stops them from playing a powerful 5-drop. It could potentially stop them from playing something like a Chandra. Or it could just slow the game down. I like the idea of slowing the game down. Especially when we have a Confiscation Coup in our hand. Because our hand's super powerful. Just have to make sure we don't get super blown out. That's one of the things we were kind of worried about. Oh, we're definitely attacking Chandra this turn. The question was going to be whether we were going to exert or not. And based on us drawing the second Glorybringer, I think it's pretty safe that we're just going to exert here. I feel like it's a pretty easy exert in that spot. There's the Scarab God. We have to take the Scarab God, it's just too strong. Unfortunately, it means he's going to get to play more of that. But hopefully he won't be able to kill his Scarab God. So like we're really hoping he doesn't have a Harness Lightning here. He doesn't have double blue. So he can't Confiscation Coup it back, which is pretty fantastarino. So let's see what he does with his mana. His own Glorybringer. He's going to no exert. So we're going to take a pretty decent chunk here. Don't think I'm going to use this during my upkeep because we're probably just casting the other Glorybringer. Yeah, he probably does main deck Vraska, but... So what gives us the best opportunity to win? Could leave both Glorybringers on defense. That feels kind of bad, but not horrible when we have a Scarab God on the table. Could attack him for 5 and the Glorybringer for 4 and just leave our Glorybringer on the table. Which seems okay. It's probably safe to do that. Vraska wouldn't kill us. So if we attack this here and this here, he goes down to 15. A Vraska comes down and kills our blocker. Then on the following turn, we buy it back, putting him at 14. We can only attack for 13, so that's not lethal. Vraska's pretty big game there. Could just not block it. Hey, sweet Matt. Sorry, I'm thinking of a bunch of different plays here. Could just bring it down and leave the Glorybringer back. Just leave them both back. That plays around to Vraska pretty well. I guess it doesn't play around to Vraska that good, because he just kills the Scarab God. I don't want to die just to another Glorybringer, though. And I don't want to take a big hit of damage and like get killed by basically a Whirler Virtuoso. Yeah, so I'm definitely casting our Glorybringer. Just not sure exactly what I'm doing with it. I don't even know if I'm casting it. Thinking about just playing both of these. Rogue Refiner crushes me either way. Or not Rogue Refiner, Whirler Virtuoso. Why is this so hard? I'm also kind of thinking about just ignoring Deshandra. Like, does 2 points of damage matter? Eh, him drawing a second card matters. The Scarab activation's not great though. There's nothing good in the graveyard. Hey, thanks for the follow, sweet Matt. I think I'm just attacking with the Scarab God, leaving the Glorybringer on defense. Don't think I want to cast the other Glorybringer. I don't think I want to play it even if it is removal. I think slow and steady and dodging Whirler Virtuoso wins the race. Bristling Hydra, but I'm not real worried about a Bristling Hydra. Let's get this thing back. Harness Lightning does a lot, right? Don't think I'm going to use it. Think we will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Think we'll actually leave that on top. Could have done another point of damage to him, but I wanted to see what my card was. I feel like I thought about that for a long time and came to the right conclusion a little bit after the chat mentioned it, but like, I think that was actually tough. There was a lot of choices there. Alright, so on to draw, we're taking out all of the slower stuff on the board. The 2-drops. Took a long time making that decision. We definitely want the 4s. He showed us enough Chandras that we want both of those. It's just like so many of them lost to something different. Like there wasn't one line that protected versus everything. It was like literally everything lost versus something or another. And like what's most likely for him to have? Well, who the hell knows when there's so much variance in the Temur list. Well, Anthony, we are between 1 and 2 games away from playing some League of Legends. We're currently trying to acquire a pity chest and our $12 back. And we're clearly not keeping a no-land hand. How have you been going today, by the way, Anthony? Is everything going well? I saw you guys playing your game earlier, so I just left you alone. I think we'll keep this hand. I don't really like it, but I don't want to mulligan to 5 in the mirror, and we can handle most of their early things. This isn't the type of draw that gives me any confidence, though. Turkey every day. Oh, turkey, my friend, baby. Ah, there's something in my eye. Stop it. I have to do my daily at some point today as well. The Effort Hub's a good draw. So it like puts our mana back online. We have a Magma Spray for a Rogue Refiner and a Braid for a Whirler Virtuoso and a Chandra for either a Glorybringer or a Chandra's Defeat for a Glorybringer or a Chandra Torch of Defiance, depending on whichever one he happens to randomly have at the time. Untap land. Kind of hoping for a fast land there, but we'll take what we can take. Got quite a few cards in our hand that we can actually discard as well, if we need to loot. His Whirler Virtuoso, which is fun. He's got a land, which is less than fine. We're actually just going to abrade it and get our attack on. If he wants to trade a like a Magma Spray and a Thopter for this, I'm not happy about it, but I'm also not real sad about it. How are our frames doing tonight? Sweet, we're not dropping that many frames tonight. Us mulliganing and him having a Rogue Refiner, by the way, is pretty backbreaking. Think I want to use this one. Before he can actually make a token. He still has 5 cards in hand, which is really nice. We're not making a Thopter with this guy because we have Confiscation Coups in our deck and we want to be able to take one of his 5-drops if we draw it. Also, until then, we didn't have any other blue mana, so... Red Rober, Glorybringer. Hey, asking you shall receive. Just gonna attack for 4. Or, nope, we're going to get Lightning Harness. No attacky at all. Alright, Red Rober, more Glory Bringers. That's fine. Please resolve, Chandra. Exile the top card. Hopefully it'll be some kind of 2-drop. It is not. It's the Glory Bringer that we would have liked to have had. Jund or we right, and by right, well, I mean we probably still just chill here. This is actually the last match I'm playing tonight. No, not Vraska. Vraska's strong. Very strong here. Does look like we're getting closer and closer to playing a game 3, though. I mean, okay. Vraska's pretty hard for us to beat. That's why there's a Glory Bringer coming in our future. Glory Bringer number 3. Let's do it. Hey, guy's name I can't pronounce. Let's try. C. Valiverios. I'll pretend that's right. Oh, exactly what we wanted. Another Chandra's defeat. Well, I guess we have to redirect it to it, or we're dead. So, get got Vraska. You get got, buddy. Yeah, Vraska's a game changer. It's kind of like a mirror breaker. It and Nicobolus are like the two biggest things you can be doing that are reasonable. Neither of us really drew much on the creature side. He drew 3 creatures, I drew the 2. Well, no, I guess I drew 3 if you count the other Glorybringer. But yeah, we're in some seriously bad shape now. Rogue Refiner. Well, that's a start, I guess. Up, she goes. We will not cast that. We will redirect. Blue, green, green. Play this dude. Hopefully it'll draw into not that dude. Yeah, we're still alive. If he doesn't have a removal spell, we get one more turn with Chandra. If he does have a removal, I guess never mind. Chandra's just dead. Menace. Menace is a thing. Menace is such a thing. Exile the top card. Deal the damage to Chandarino. Wow. Okay. That is a true statement. Alright, so let's start with this and see how lucky we can get. If we can get like a magma spray, we can keep our Chandra alive again. Which would be sweet. That is not a magma spray. Yeah, goodbye, Chandra. What could we draw here? I guess if he... Well, certainly not another Attune. I guess if his hand was mostly dead, there's some backdoor draws involving a Whirler Virtuoso that could still win a game. But I don't think there's very many. We'd have to hit like a Rogue Refiner into Rogue Refiner and Whirler Virtuoso. Maybe he could play his own Scarab God and we top deck, but I don't know. I feel we're obviously super far behind and it's going to require an extreme amount of luck to get over this one. I don't think we want to bring Negates in just for Vraska. Unfortunately, we don't have River's Rebuke in this build. Even though Marcus keeps telling me to put one in it. And by keeps telling me, he told me once. Actually, I think he told me twice. Alright, well that's certainly not going to do it. I'm going to not concede. Maybe he'll show us one more card. I don't know, like if he showed me a Nicobolus, maybe I'd bring in a Negate. Can't imagine that he's going to show another card though. He doesn't have to. But I'm not showing him another card, so it like literally wastes just a few seconds. Oh, no, he is going to show something else. So he left some number of Hydras in. So he does actually still have some creatures in his deck. Alright, so we'll be on to play this time. On to play, we get to get rid of a lot of these cards that we drew that last time that we don't really want. Like, we get to get rid of those, and we get to get rid of that. We probably want the Chandra on to play. Probably want this on to play. Probably want a couple of Cubs, but not many. What card do we take out? Andrea Mengucci takes out a Whirler Virtuoso, but versus Devraska, I don't really want to take out any of the token producers. Kind of feel like I just want to take out the Bristling Hydra, but Bristling Hydra on the play is pretty strong. I don't know what to take out. Kind of want to take out a Supreme Will, but that has to be wrong. He's got too many powerful cards at 4 and 6 mana. So I'm thinking about taking out one of these 4 cards. I'm not 100% sure which one I want to take out. And he did show us multiple Chandras. So we know he's on at least a multiple Chandra deck, and it is a 1-mana answer to his Whirler Virtuoso, so like it's a pretty relevant card. We've not saw any Glorybringers though. What if we could just take out a Braid? Chandra's defeat may be better than a Braid. Chandra's defeat's probably better than a Braid. This only kills Rogue Refiner, really? Kills Whirler Virtuoso, but like Chandra kills that too. So the only thing this kills that the other one doesn't is like Rogue Refiner. And potentially like Servants if he left them in. Servants or maybe an early Long Tusk Cub, but I think I'm going to cut this. I could be wrong. I think I want the Hydra. I don't like the Hydra a whole lot on the play, but he's got enough Planeswalkers that I'm kind of afraid. I'm gonna keep this hand. This hand's pretty good. We get a blue mana for this one. His late game's a little bit better than our late game, though, because our late game's predicated on 4 Viziers, and like his build doesn't seem like it's predicated on creatures, but he did mulligan to 5 this game. So that means we mulliganed the same amount of times. I did once in 2 games, I think? Or did I not mulligan game 1? It's kind of hard to keep them straight. It's kind of hard to keep the mulligan straight after 5 rounds as many times as I've mulliganed over these rounds. But we definitely mulliganed game 2. Think we're going to lead with the hub. So we kind of don't want him to have a 2-drop, and we're going to slam this if he doesn't. I'm going to slam that even if he does, but unless we like drew a removal or something. Him having a basic swamp there for his second land's probably pretty reasonable for us. Second Harness Lightning's okay, but it's not great. Depends on how many removal spells and stuff he has. Oh, looks like he hit the land. Because I assume he didn't have that land. If he did have that land, playing the swamp feels awkward. I think I have enough removal spells that I'm not going to offer this trade. I have good enough mana that I don't think I'm going to waste any energy playing the World of Virtuoso Adder. Just has some serious Mario Karting. 2-2 tonight. We lost to a mono black deck and a God Pharaoh's Gift deck. That's a good one. Hopefully he doesn't tick up and have a removal spell. That'd be worst case scenario. Anything else, we're able to actually kill Deshandra, which is fine. So we're going to be able to kill this Chandra pretty easily. Actually going to go ahead and make a couple of these as well. See what we draw here. Start with this. So Chandra, face. Make sure we have 5 going to the Chandra. We do. Alright. So our hand's pretty weak. We're kind of face up. It might not be a bad play for him. He could have like Hour of Devastation or something, right? And he know Deshandra. Then again, I guess you just don't play Deshandra. So there's a Scarab God. Which means we can't use a token this turn. So we're just going to untap and steal the Scarab God. I kind of keep saying God, even though I'm not allowed to say God on YouTube anymore. Could have made a token because we had the Effer Hub, I guess, but if I'd drawn a fast land, I would have wanted to play the fast land, and I think playing the fast land's worth more than 1 point of damage if we had it. So, like, before people comment that we had the hub, yes, we could have made it, but, like, apparently not. They flag all of our stuff. I should be saying Scabby G. Scabby G, baby. They flag all of our stuff for saying it right now. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We technically have lethal. Well, I mean, now that I've already said it, the video is going to get flagged either way. Like, saying it more doesn't affect that. they just don't get monetized, or they have to like they flag you, and then you just click manual review it, and they listen to your video and realize that your video's fine. But when you're somebody like me who only gets like 200 hits or whatever, like in that time period that they're doing the manual review, I get 90% of my hits, so like none of the other hits count, or none of those hits count. So we're kind of like just lethal on board here. If we draw a land. But we don't know that we're going to draw the land, right? So I guess we'll just go ahead and steal this thing. This thing's a keep. The game does go long. That's kind of a card that we're probably going to need. How did I have lethal? Maybe I missed it. So he had 2 blockers, right? So he blocks that 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 if I made an energy at the end of your turn. You're right. If I made a Fopter at the end of his turn, I had lethal. Good call. I missed it. Was that on YouTube or was that on Twitch? Because on YouTube, you're allowed to do all that stuff. On Twitch, they don't actually let you do that. If you want to wear a bikini on Twitch, you have to be in like the real life section, and they don't let you, if you're in the real life section, they don't let you play games, quotation mark, because they think that's like cheating to get around their things. But, alright, well, we pulled it out. Felt pretty good again tonight. We beat a couple energy matches. We lost to a mono black deck where we didn't see a 4th land out of their game at any point, which is pretty bad. But the and then we lost to a Godfarrow's Gift deck as well, which I just played absolutely miserably. I did not deserve to win that match. I played horrendously. I actually think that we should have won that match. But we beat Scarab God Energy, and then we beat Scarab God Energy with Veraska, and worked out pretty well. She says, skip school and play WoW and become a streamer. Well, I'm not playing WoW, but I did drop out of school, but the whole streaming thing isn't going particularly well. I mean, I'm having a lot of fun, but I'm certainly not getting rich. I'm not Brian Kiblering it. So, let's see who is streaming that I can host. Oh, look, nobody. Nobody is streaming that I can host. Come on. Where is one little standard player at? Nobody playing standard tonight? That's unfortunate. Yeah. Jamie Goat it is then, since I see, or not Jamie Goat, Derp, we'll stream Jody Keefe, Jody Keefe. Yeah, we'll host Jody Keefe. That's what I'm trying to say. Haven't seen or heard of her. What are you guys talking about? Sorry. Oh, you guys are just talking about things. We're not going to do another stream at the moment. It is 3 a.m. and I've got to be up in 9 hours. And yes, 9 hours is a long time, but I'm going to actually have to leave in 9 hours. But like, I have to get up in the morning and help make the turkey and stuff. But anyway, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Appreciate you guys stopping by.